Part of the phenomenon with cracking, for example, in the type of year we've had this year in Pennsylvania, we went through probably one of the longest periods of heat and drought. Lately, over the last 3 weeks to a month, we've had an excessive amount of rainfall. Part of what happens with cracking is that as you've had a tree that's been going through drought, once it gets a lot of water in the system, it's not just the water that's on the fruit, but that water is being taken up from the root system and is rapidly coming back through that plant system. By having vapor guard on prior to large amounts of rainfall coming in, you're slowing down transpiration loss and moisture loss. So as we've got all this rain that recently came in, the tree is not going to pick up and force all that water back through the plant system. So part of the function of vapor guard is to try to keep water off the surface, but also as it's conditioning the tree. The majority of vapor guard that gets used here in the States is used at 2 times.
Okay.
The first application sometimes coincides with what we call straw color. We believe we get better size and some potential color development if we make that straw color application. If from straw color to harvest, if we get some periods of rainfall that may come in, and that may be sometimes 5 to 7 to 10 days before harvest, we will often get an extra application of vapor guard on at that point to try to reduce the amount of moisture that sits in that stem end area of the cherry. Less water in the stem end, less potential for crack. Putting vapor guard on cherries at straw color. That vapor guard is going to still be on that surface easily for 2 to 3 weeks after that. What you have to remember is the vapor guard is polymerizing. So it's going from a multiple layer and it's slowly breaking down. So sometimes if there's just a hint of a shower coming in, often our growers may not make a second application because they know there's enough vapor guard probably still there to be of benefit. The situations where they'll come in with a second application is where the forecast is calling for a number of days of rainfall, possibly a half to 1.5 to 2 centimeters of rain. Then they may decide to recover before that rainfall, sometimes with a half rate of vapor guard, in order just to give it some extra protection to try to help keep the rain off the cherry as long as possible. Our growers have understood after working with the product for 15-20 years that it's a tool. It is not we call a silver bullet here in America.
Right. Yeah.
Excessive amount of rainfall, they're still going to get cracking and some degree of cracking, even with vapor guard. But their amount of cracking or loss is reduced greatly.